Good morning, everyone. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Hey, what's up, Cindy? Thanks for watching. Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. Today we have a good chance of seeing bears out here. We might see some springtime and all the animals come out to say hi. Never know. Thank you. We did actually. We're done fishing for the trip. We're done halibut fishing. We caught our quota, and we're gonna go unload in a couple hours. So we're headed back to town. Thank you. Number B. Thanks, Cindy. I appreciate you coming by. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. That was a pretty cool video of the catch we caught. A whole boat was full all the way around the whole boat. We caught so much in one set. Just plugged the deck up. We spent all day, or I guess not all day, but 3 hours, 4 hours cleaning fish. We caught so much. It was a blessing. There we go. There's a little break in our island. I think this is a Rembo. I'm not sure. No, Rembo's a little. I don't know. I forget the name of this island here. This is Kupernoff. This over there. That's another island group. Your dream job, go get it. Desmond, it's easy to get. Not many people want to do it. Everyone wants to quit. They come out here for 1 week and they say it's too hard. So if it's your dream job, there's plenty of opportunity. Hey, what's up? India. Yeah, I love India. I love Indian food. I love curry. Curry is the best. Curry rockfish, curry halibut, curry shrimp, curry crab. You can go on all day about this. But oh yeah, South Carolina. You go out to Myrtle Beach. You'll make $5 grand a week out there. They have all sorts of good jobs. Some old boys out there work hard. I almost took a job out there when I was living in Carolina Beach. But yeah, out in South Carolina, you can really make some good money out there, and it's nice fishing, nice weather. I would do it. I mean, if I wasn't living here, I'd be fishing out on the East Coast. Follow your dreams. This is Alaska. You're viewing Southeast Alaska right now, Mr. India. This is inside waters, meaning this is salt water. This is salt ocean water, but it comes from the ocean, and the tide still affects here. We get about 15-20 feet of tide change. So right now we're at high tide, and you can tell because there's very little beach left. When it's low tide, you'll see the tide line's down about 10 feet lower. It's pretty cool. Oh, nice little skiff. Look at that. Look at them. They didn't know they could take the inside of that buoy there. It's a pretty gnarly little reef through all there. There's little rocks, so in order to get through this spot, you gotta know what you're doing. And they know what they're doing. You're a waiter. There you go. Good food then. I don't know if it's too good. There's been a lot of misery and pain and suffering, and you just keep smiling and making things better. You don't let the suffering make you the person. You take anything uncomfortable and you change it around, you know? So if you're frustrated, learn. If you're feeling, if you're not feeling comfortable, you got an opportunity to feel comfortable later. And that's about as good as it gets. No sense being miserable, drinking other people down. You're a waiter. I think you meant waiter. But some more people are going to go king salmon fishing today. There's king salmon in the water. They're going to go catch them. That's the funniest thing. They all have it drafted half a foot. And it's like 20 feet deep right there. The safety is good. It's funny though. Good job. You don't want to play around right there. You gotta come in that straight. Reef. And you can only make it through on high tide really, so they're getting their opportunity right now. Everyone from India asked me to do a face reveal. I don't want to. I look for Sasquatch. This isn't Wyatt's podcast. This is fishing. I'm not a fish. If you want to see my face, you can find it on my YouTube channel. You guys have to search through everything. Watch my videos. You'll see it. That's the way to do it. If you want to know who I am, you got to search for it. Going to a town called Petersburg. It's this little tiny fishing town, a Norwegian fishing town in Alaska. It's located on this island, but all the way at the north end. I have a theory about Sasquatch. That's how you know where Sasquatch lives. Check this out. Sasquatch hates trees, so he goes around and pushes giant trees over and then throws them in the water. So this must be Sasquatch's island. Definitely. It's a theory. I'm gonna rename my lives to Sasquatch hunting in Alaska. No more fishing, just Sasquatch hunting. Let me know if you see Sasquatch. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Check out my channel, all the fishing videos. There's no fishy action happening here right now. This nice little view. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the thumbs up and have a great day. Coming through, you have to be really careful. There's lots of reefs. Really mess your boat up if you don't know what you're doing. There's an orientation marker right there, red and white. So if you're trying to figure out the narrows, that's all you can see. You head your bow into that direction if you're coming from over there. And so that tells you the direct orientation to take to make that, if you're in a big boat, to make that turn all the way down there. So navigation, those red and whites, lets you know the direction you need to go in a long boat or say a tugboat with the tow. Because you got a bunch of issues like that. Now 6 months out here or something like that, living with her out in the woods, and my brother-in-law. It was pretty cool out here. Oh yeah, Raw, it's the most beautiful place ever. You have to see it at the right times. King salmon, they're out here on a charter trip. Yeah, I dropped you, I'm sorry. Spaghetti, spaghetti. Yeah, we got oh, I feel bad. There's no fishing today. We're all done with fishing. We got all of our halibut. We're gonna go and load. We're about an hour or so away from town. Yeah, yeah. If you like fishy action, though, I got a good video yesterday. Yeah, thank you for watching, Betty. That's awesome. We got some big old halibut. I think we got. I don't know how to. They didn't close Pacific Salmon commercially. It's gonna be definitely open this year. Most definitely open. Maybe down in California you can't catch king salmon, but up here it's definitely going. And yeah, you get 1 or 4 king salmon a year if you're a non-resident or something like that here. You can catch limited cohos, pinks, humpies. Yeah, and then also cohos or dog salmon. So yeah, you can catch tons of salmon. You can catch halibut. I mean, thanks, Betty. You rock. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, Nero. They're gonna go. So I think they heard that there's king salmon. So you see all these sport guys racing their boats out to the same spot because that's where the best fishing is. And these guys don't know that some people spend their whole winter right out here, right where we are, catching all the king salmon that they're trying to go get. Who knows? I love fishing because it's all about perspective. And out here you got anti-eco terrorists out here with their excavator chopping up a mountain. It's awesome. Out here everyone works really hard. No joke. Exactly, that's what's happening is you have a bunch of people moving out here and they remote work. And so a lot of the time you'll see stuff like this where people just have a bunch of junk. There'll be a property up here in about 30 minutes where you'll see what happens after about 20 years. These people just moved in. Most of these houses have been built in the last 3 to 5 years, but after about 20 years you'll see the issue. Well, they don't respect the land, they go poaching on the land. There's a lot of stuff. But more or less it's the constant amount of resources that are used and then discarded. Yeah. It's everywhere. Like here's a good example of beach trash. So it's about 20 years. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's skiff, boat. You know, this isn't a bad one either. This is a pretty clean one. Definitely not right. Yeah. Hopefully, don't settle in a floodplain. That's about the only thing I can say. Don't settle in a floodplain. Yeah, exactly. It's like, say if you move here, now you got to have a job. You have to stay through because it's about 5 months of the year. You really can't do much. It's pretty dark. It rains here a lot too. So you got to be prepared to not have the weather dictate your mood. So if you can handle 80 weather and not have your mood be is taken out by it, it's a practical idea. You know, it matches your personality. Quite a few people who don't. They're like, I don't like it here. I don't like the cold. I don't like the isolation because you can't. I mean, you're on an island. You can't leave. You may have a car. Some people have a boat, but you can't leave. You can't go to. There's no Walmart here. There's no McDonald's. There's no franchises. So the commodities of instant gratification and instantly buying stuff, you just don't have that. I'm gonna go consume as much as I want. Rah, look at that. Ray Allard. What's up, dude? Yeah, another trip bites the dust, man. Pat loaded up the boat with some big old slabs, Ray. I don't know how he did it, but he did it again. That's some New Jersey folk watching. That's cool. I like New Jersey. I used to live out in North Carolina, and it was pretty incredible to me that there'd be this huge city, this packed full of people, and I just go to every single park, and there'd be like 2 people in this huge park. I have every single park all of myself, every single lake. No one's fishing until like dead summer. It's super hot, and the people go out on the lakes. Yeah, so cigarettes cost like $18 for a pack, $18 to $20 a pack. if you're trying to get beer, anything like that, ganja, it's really expensive too. I mean, yeah, Pat's the man. Give it up for Pat W. Yeah, the things are priced like the average income that you need to have to survive here is about $50,000. That's what it costs to live here. That's the average cost of living is 50 grand. So I mean, if you think about how hard it is to get all that crap, these people are milling their own wood. It looks like to build their own house. So they're chopping up their own wood and building their own little dream. Well, I don't know though. It's really cheap that side, but, you know. It's called the gray side of the market. Well, yeah, if you're trying to flourish as far as wealth's concerned, yeah, good luck. You have to work together with a family, a bunch of people. Like, look at, I mean, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I'm from Oregon, and there's a bunch of Hispanics there, and I love Hispanics. I speak Spanish. I love Mexicans. My favorite people. They work together all the time. I go to places where there's a immigrant family. They've got their work visas. It's like 30 people living on one property together. There's 6 businesses going. Everyone's cooking food. There's children running around. But their family works together. They stuck together, so now they all succeed together. And that's a difference, is I don't see that a lot in my people's culture. It's pretty much for yourself. You go to school, and you better be on your own. Your parents might help you, but you don't have that big nuclear family that's all supporting everyone, where everyone's supporting everyone. That's a huge thing that we're missing. And I see that a lot. So this is one of the properties that's finally been cleaned up. This guy sunk both those boats. There's like 3 boats he sunk on accident. What's up, Bende? Oh, 419. Nice. Yeah, exactly. That's the truth, though. I mean, you don't know that you need it until you realize, why am I suffering? Why do I feel so uncomfortable? And I see a lot of good families that do have that connection, that strength, and that's why they flourish. But I also see lots of black sheep people who are just isolated and stuck on their own events, and they don't have much connection or community. And building that community is hard because it takes a long time to establish relationships where people trust you and know that your time is worth it to them. You know, you live in a world where people really don't want to trust each other. Oh yeah, they're gonna go catch some salmon. Exactly. It takes generations to heal what happened before, but also it shouldn't have to. It could take a lot of people manifesting the best. One of my favorite streamers on YouTube, people out there, he keeps throwing out the same thing: manifest the best. You got to manifest the best every single time. Oh, there it is. There's his last boat he sunk. There it is. So this is a guy that came out here, decided he wanted to live out here. He went to town, would buy a bunch of tools and stuff from people, never pay them back, at like thousands of dollars of debt. And it was completely, he took that boat on advantage of somebody else. All those are sunk. All those are bad. And that one out there, he got on somebody else, an old guy. And, he wanted to follow the dream, but he had no follow through. So that's the aftermath of somebody's dreams, is there's shipwrecks everywhere. Yeah, I mean, obviously he wasn't doing the best, but that's what, he had the access to all the stuff you could ever want, anything, and that's what happens, is no knowledge. Yeah, all of his boats sink right in front of his house. I mean, pretty lucky if you talk about it. 1, 2, 3, and then there's your last little friend. That one sank because he anchored the bow of the boat in the front, and then he put an anchor in the back, and when the tide changed, it spun his boat and wrapped it and folded it over, basically. You can see the tide rip, so if you get an idea how hard that tide's moving. Say it's ripping. It's like you're in a river right now. Yeah, he did have to do some stuff. The Coast Guard came out and they took all the oil out and did diving. And they did make sure it wasn't an environmental danger. And he wasn't really mentally fit too. That's what I was saying. It's pretty well known that he wasn't the most mentally fit person. It was kind of one of those hard you know, those hard moments where it is what it is. He's trying his best to make a life, and that's what I was saying. It kind of gets out of hand sometimes. Like, you just get kind of caught up in the life. You have kids, things are happening, you just can't keep up in all of your projects. There you go. Here's a good perspective how hard that tide's ripping. So we have tidal flow here between the channels. And the tide's going out now, so it's coming low tide. Yeah, you could never get away with that on the ICW on the East Coast. You could never leave stuff like that in the water. You get instantly hounded. How's Ray doing? You having a good day, man? This right here is where my sister and her husband. This is where we'd park our boat. He built his own little jet boat. We moored to that rock there, and then we hike up about 1.5 miles, right at the bottom of that mountain, and that was where they did their first cabin out here. So they came out here and they took a little skiff about 10 miles from town. We hike up that mountain. They brought everything up there. They brought all their stuff and built the whole life and built the beautiful cabin and sold it. Pretty cool. Right there is a really good spot to catch kings in here. It goes whoop, whoop, and so they come through there and they roll around. Same thing. There's a nice little reef sticking out. Oh, you're welcome, Ray. It's awesome. Awesome to meet you, dude. Ray's from Pelican, a little town, little village. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for all the thumbs and stuff. Appreciate the support. Excited to keep making videos. Have a whole summer of cool content coming. We lived right at the bottom of that hill out there. Pretty crazy. Way down there. Oh, of course, right? It was awesome. It was awesome to be, awesome to fish for somebody who wants to fish. It makes the world of difference. Monsters out here. Pat with monster hunting. I guess he wasn't trying to catch this 50-pound halibut. He wanted to catch this 200-pound halibut, and that's exactly what he did. It was hilarious. Just catch some barn doors. No more little fish. This is a struggle. We could barely get the fish on the table. the best experience. There you go, a little bit of Mitkoff Island action. We're going to start a touring business, we call it MIA, Mitkoff Island Adventures. And then this will be KIA, Kupanoff Island Adventures, but we'll have MIA and KIA. And yeah, you can go adventure in Mitkoff, or you can go adventure on Kupanoff. And we'll call it Hunting for Sasquatch. And yeah, there you go, Hunting for Sasquatch. Do you see Sasquatch? Let me know. Nope. Alright, sounds good.
Don't fight when my side is dark.
It scared me. Always get me with that. Thank you for coming, right? It was awesome having you. It was an experience. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to close this stream. Have a great day, and make sure to subscribe and check out my channel and the videos we post. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day everyone. Bye.